Start your engines. Steve, T-Rex, it's a busy day. Again, when has it not been a busy day? 2 and 3, and we're out the door at about 8:30. Blue sky. Thursday. Isn't Thursday the day we have a front? Well, Thursday front came on a Wednesday night this week. It's 45 degrees and it's windy. Here's the regional roundup from about 7:30. It's not that cold at lower elevations, mostly in the 40s, 30s north. And the red numbers are the wind gusts. Not that windy in New York and Vermont, but look at Nantucket and the buoy south of Nantucket. So the fast ferry from Hyannis to Nantucket to Hyannis is canceled again today. It's been like that just about every other day for weeks now, it seems, with the wind gusting 40 to 55 miles an hour at that buoy south of Nantucket. And here at my house, you get the planes coming in into the wind. And here we come. To Thanksgiving, we're hearing about the FAA and the shortages, and the lines are going to be growing at the airports. Oh, yay. We've got some instability cumulus here near Boston where the sun is out. And what's going on now, here's the satellite image, another bomb cyclone. When this thing came through last night, the central pressure was 999 millibars. Now it's falling through the 980s as we've been forecasting, and I didn't think it was going to go all the way to see the center of the storm there. The clear in southern New England, the clouds in northern New England. Well, this storm is still rapidly intensifying, and if we go to the Ocean Prediction Center map for this evening, this is 7 o'clock forecast, and it says it's down to 967 millibars, and that would be another bombogenesis, the second one in 3 days. Our old storm that set the records in Newfoundland is still up there. It's 955 millibars. And I'm rewinding the Ocean Prediction Center map a little bit to this morning, and it says developing hurricane force, which I think is a little funny. It's a wicked occluded. See that purple line? Occluded, meaning it's really mixed up in a mature storm now. And if we look at the big picture satellite, so much going on. The parade of storms from the Pacific Ocean. Look at that one cloud that stretches from Alaska down to about North Dakota. Incredible amounts of energy coming off the Pacific Ocean. At the same time, Canada is getting colder and colder, and Texas is hot. So we've got the battle of the air masses and the seasons, and then over the Atlantic Ocean, just forget about it. Look at all those storms out there. That was so funny. Bill yesterday turning my satellite image into starry night. Still looks like that, doesn't it? And now the North Atlantic Oscillation we talked so much about a couple of weeks ago, with those high pressure systems going to southeastern Canada and keeping us with the easterly flow and the blocking, well, it looks like that's going to be reestablished. Here's that graphic I showed a couple weeks ago for the now shows positive. The black line going above the swervy black line is the oscillation itself, and that the flat black line is 0. And when it gets above 0, that's a positive North Atlantic Oscillation. That means no Greenland block. And now here it goes negative, and the Greenland block is expected to come back in the next 5 to 10 days. So maybe we'll get these high pressure systems to go to our north. But even without them going to our north, high pressures to our south, we did manage to be all snow at Jay Peak in Vermont. I counted about 18 people hitting the slope going uphill this morning at 7 a.m. I was checking all the cams. Boy, if I showed all the cams, who would never done here. And then I got a shot from Vec, who's about 3/4 of the way up, and he says it was about a half a foot of snow, and it's really dense. So this is snow on snow on snow now. Third time it snowed without it melting. So that's a great start to the season. Thanks, Vec. We'll see a little bit more from Vec later. And the snow stake at Mount Mansfield now has 11 inches. Now, this was last night, actually, before last night's snow. And that means that there were only 3 winters out of the last 70 that had more snow than this on the ground on November 5th. Of course, now November 6th. So let's check what happened last night. Some of this is from yesterday. And the webcam there at Mount Mansfield showed about another 6 inches. So probably get that number up to about 14, 15 inches of solid snowpack now above 3,000 feet in northern Vermont. And looked at the Killington cam and read the report. It looked like a power blizzard going on. Killington picked up snow all the way to the base last night and yesterday, and says it may be opening in the next 48 hours, depending on how they do with this window of cold. And So ski season is here for hikers, and lift serve skiing is probably within a couple of days, if not tomorrow, at Killington. It's so cold right now, but there is going to be another warm wave coming at us tomorrow night and early Saturday before it's really on the line here. I want to show so many things. I want to show the purple blobs. I talked about the purple blobs last week and how that's Arctic air in Siberia and said it's going to come to our side of the world. Now, it's not deep purple, but here is the 850 millibar temperature. That's about 5,000 feet, and the dark blue is freezing, and the light blue is down to about -5 or -10 Celsius, which is about 20 to 25 degrees Fahrenheit. And then the light purple, now you're getting to about 10 degrees Fahrenheit, -12 Celsius. So the glancing glow of the purple blob is happening tonight and tomorrow. And then the orange in Texas is about 75 to 80 degrees at 850 millibars. And that warm wave tries to come at us. But look at that tight battle. Tomorrow night we do warm up, but then the blue comes back at us on Saturday. And then we're right on the line, straddling the line here between cold enough for snow and warm enough for rain as another system comes at us on Sunday. It looks like it is going to turn from snow to rain. It's going to be a tough call again, a lot like yesterday, on Sunday night into Monday. And now the purple blob is headed for the deep south as we warm up on the East Coast. On the west side of the Appalachians, it's going to record cold, and we'll see that in a few minutes on another perspective. And then that cold comes in here on Monday afternoon, Monday night, and there's going to be an incredible upslope snowstorm, multi-day snowstorm in our mountains here next Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday, the warm air tries to come back at us with another front there, though it gets cut off, and more cold and almost purple comes at us again next Thursday and Friday. And then goes out to next Saturday's day 10, and we'll stop it there. And there's a major warm wave crossing much of the United States with a low in south central Canada, and we would still be on the edge of the cold with warmth coming at us. And then the cold is rebuilding. So cold air coming into Canada. I'm talking about that cold that was in Siberia 2 weeks ago, and the Greenland block reestablishing. So we are decidedly more wintry going forward here. And as for the extreme drought we've been monitoring, here's the CoCoRaHS rainfall amounts from the last 24 hours alone, and you see another 0.99 in Westfield, Vermont. And a lot of that was snow up in the hills, so a real nice drink of water. And even all the way over there to Rockland, Maine, more than a ½ inch of rain, about 0.6, and it was all rain. And I did check the cams at Sugarloaf and Saddleback, and it did snow about 2 to 3 inches right down to the bases there. And those snow guns are going to be coming on, so beautiful blue sky right here over Boston. All right, so what else should we show? Get this done kind of fast. Why don't we just go to the Euro? I talked about another bomb cyclone that's happening, but it mostly happens off our map. Here's that storm going east, deepening through the 970s into the 960s. Again, remarkable low pressure. But again, the high pressure system goes to our south, and this next low is coming in really fast tomorrow night. And you see that it does ride just north of New England. So you get those red lines back. It looks like rain showers, and then that low is not that strong, so it's going to be a little less windy for a day on Saturday. And then the next front's coming in. It's from the west, but it's digging more south than east, isn't it? There, a couple of dual fronts coming south and stalling over New England with rain in much of New England, but snow rain line very close to Jay Peak, Vermont, again, with that low going just north of New England. But look, there's a redevelopment there near the south coast of New England on Sunday afternoon, Sunday night. So this thing is trying to shift east and south a little bit. And with that Greenland block establishing, maybe it will stop the map here. 7 a.m. on Monday. This is November 10th. And where is that 510 thickness we've been talking about? We have warmer air on the coast of Maine than we do in northern Louisiana with this high amplitude flow. The front stretches from Maine to Miami. And if I look really closely, the 510, it doesn't really, can you see the 510? Right over Kentucky. That is sort of a wayward polar vortex coming at the eastern part of the United States. And it could, a couple days ago, it showed it over New England. But at the front is just stalled from Maine to Miami, and that's kind of a positive tilt trough, meaning the trough, it would be a little bit progressive, and that would push the cold air in with the storms offshore, but it's possible that this goes to a negative tilt trough or a cutoff, which would buckle the jet stream and pull an ocean storm in here on Monday night and Tuesday. So let's look at that now, put it back in motion, and the blue lines are plunged all the way down to the southeastern United States, a snowstorm all the way up the Appalachian Mountain Trail from Georgia all the way to Maine with upslope snow. And look at the wind and the cold, and real cold. I'm talking about a freeze all the way down to Cape Cod possible here next Tuesday, Wednesday. blow out the irrigation, shut off the outside pipes, bring in the garden hoses, and hike for 1 to 3 feet of snow in the mountains. The J cloud could just go off next week, and then it relaxes a little on Wednesday, and then another cold front on Thursday. Here we go again. But again, that supposedly high is going to be off to our south, so that cold would not hold, but that would be a hard freeze again next Thursday, Friday for a lot of us. And then we take it out to Saturday, which is now day 10, November 16th, and we have a storm in south central Canada. We've got high pressure in the southeastern United States, a major warm wave crossing the middle of the nation. But this time of year, that's not going to hold. That next low is going to go by, and there'll be another cold front around the 17th or so, and that would bring the cold back in. So very wintry looking setup in the weeks before Thanksgiving. Let's just hope we can do that again in December. I'm going to try and cobble together a winter forecast if possible. I want to collude with some of my friends, and we've also seen a couple of them already. I hear T-Rex up there barking. T-Rex can't wait to go inside. He knows Mommy's making breakfast. Oh, flag needs attention, TK. Get up there, untangle that flag. The Enmore yesterday, it was nice not to have too much wind, and I tried, I did practice drone flying, but I didn't like the way that the color looked on it. I've messed up the white balance. I was learning how to take the drone home, but I didn't learn how to do the white balance. So drone practice yesterday, and what else? Oh yeah, the Jeep. Remember my orange Jeep? Anyone want to buy a Jeep? The runs great, just needs a little body work and maybe a new frame, but the tires are great, the brakes are great, and there's a fresh out of the box, never used soft top and window plastics or whatever they are. So we got a Jeep putting to rest, and okay, drone practice and more and more. I can't remember all the other things I wanted to say. I got to go let Rex in. Yesterday's weather today. And more on our Wednesday morning, getting it going a little early because a couple of fun things going on here. Got the barge going by. You got the flag being lifted by air from the west. See, when these high pressure systems go off to our south, the return flow is from the west, and that allows it to warm up much quicker than when the highs go to our north and the return flow is from the east, and it comes across the water and it stays cold. But we've also got some virga, that is, the radar shows precipitation coming out of the clouds just north of Boston, but it's not reaching the ground because the air is dry enough beneath the cloud that the raindrops, or snowflakes actually, turn to raindrops and then evaporate on their way down. That's called evaporational cooling. So that's why when these systems come in with a warm front, sometimes you can be maybe in the 50s, and then it starts to precipitate and the temperature goes down to the 40s. That's called evaporational cooling. And this is really cool, isn't it? All right. Beautiful. And who's getting snow video for TK today? It's a long day. We've got thunderstorms coming in tonight. More and more and more. But it's beautiful right now for a minute. It does look like a snow sky though, doesn't it? Siesta update from Cat Nap Country. Looks beautiful outside. Look at that hole in the clouds right there. And also looks like a very good time to go practice some drone flying in this calm between storms. Let's do that. Taking a little tutorial first on how to make sure the drone knows its way home. Home point updated. It's gotten a little breezy. So I got my iPhone, drone control, drone, computer, wireless mic. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 computers going right here, right now. Set my return to home height. All right, hang on. Okay. It says I got to go up at least 7 meters. All right, time out, bro. All right, take off. So the buttons are not that reactionary, but he just taught me that I have satellites connected, 29 satellites connected. Take off. Okay. Home point updated. Home point updated. Sounds good. Geozone nearby, flight restriction in effect. And then it says go up 7 meters, so we're just going to go up. And let's see. 3 meters, 4, 5, 6. All right, so now I'm 7 meters up. And I'm going to hit record. Now, I haven't been hitting record yet. So this was my mistake the other day. I wasn't recording. So now I'm recording where I am. I'm 7 meters up, and so it should know where the home point is. And let's just look down. You should see the blue H. Yep, so, and I can step right underneath here. Hello? Hello? All right. All right, I'm stepping back to my tutorial. And I'm going to listen to, I didn't catch your name.
And 10 meters, so I'm going to go ahead and trigger a return to home. We can do it one of two ways. We can use the button on the controller, press and hold it, or we can use that button on the screen. You can see we get an option to land.
Where?
We don't want to do because we're
Where's
out of the water.
Where's the option to land?
So we'll press and hold the return to home button.
Press and return to home to button.
You're going to notice the drone spins around, and I'm actually going to get out of the
All right.
way of the landing pad.
Here it comes.
And here you can
It's
see
looking.
that
I'm gonna
line. Now, at any given time, if you run into trouble or you
All right.
think it's not going home properly, you can hit the pause button on the controller, or you can hit the red button there on the screen. And yeah, you can see that green virtual
Flight
line
lessons.
showing us
There.
the
Got it to return to home.
that it's going to take.
Now, I'm not sure when, but I think I stopped recording.
Where the drone's going to land.
So that's enough for this lesson right now. Let's just see if we can't take off again. You hit the big takeoff button, and it should go up now. Why did it stop taking off? There we go.
Takeoff.
Takeoff. Now I'm
Point updated.
going to hit return, hit record again. Can't tell if it's recording. Okay. All right. Now we should be recording. Yep, 4 or 5 seconds. All right. So now let's go back up. It's not too windy, but we lost the blue sky. There's that blue jay that was tormenting me earlier. Shall we go torment the blue jay? Tim, what kind of attitude is that? Turn it toward the left. All right. Up a little. Now forward, torment blue jay. Where is the blue jay? He was just right over there. Now, my neighbors live right there, so I'm not going to focus in on them. The blue jay just went over my head. He knows we're playing. Hi, there we are. Now we're going to go up again. Let's see. I want to be able to see it too. So you can't see me. Now I'm turning it toward the water. So you're using joysticks, so get in front of the camera. So I'm using joysticks and looking up. So it's like driving with eyes closed almost. Who does that? All right, so now I'm going to turn it back. So we're making two cameras here, right? We got the iPhone camera and we've got the drone camera. And we get some really pretty clouds. Wow, very interesting. So there's a lot of wind up in the sky, so I got to be a little careful. There's sheer, and there's Great Hill. Now, I don't like the white balance on this. There's something wrong with the white balance. Come on, fix that white balance. How do I do that? I think I messed up the white balance the other day, but it is a gray sky, so I'm going to have to look at the tutorial on how to fix the white balance now. So there's the top of Great Hill.
Max altitude reached.
That's 45 meters is my max altitude. And so now, very disappointed with the color on this. What did I do wrong in the color? I got to figure out that. How about that AF button and then manual focus? I'm going to manually focus it. Whoops, just turned it down, straight down. I think I'm in that shot somewhere, but now let's go back up. Oh, the colors are a little better now, right? So let's go and look a little bit towards the water tower up on top of Great Hill. Hello. And I think I can zoom in while using my fingers. Well, that's as much as it's going to zoom right now. That's 3 times the zoom, manual focus. I'm going to zoom back out now using my fingers. And dare I try and fly out of sight over? No, I don't think I dare. I want to keep it in sight. But we can turn it, let's see, to turn it to the right, which is towards the west. There we are, looking down with a very poor white balance. White balance is going to be my next lesson. Come on. Where is white balance? You know what I mean? It's just all the colors are not rich. And we saw from last week that this thing is able to do rich colors. Looking over there towards Boston. There's Boston. Let's see. Over Howe's Neck. There's my zoom into Boston. Color's a little bit better there. And you can see we're just about past peak foliage. And boy, the clouds are so interesting. How do I look up? I'm trying to look up at the clouds. No, that's not how it works. That's down. Up. I don't know where up is. I guess we don't have an up unless... Oh, what's that? What just happened? I'm not even sure. It went down a meter. I'm hitting the button on the undercarriage. I'm not even sure what that button does. All right, let's continue our look to the right, which is to the north. I'm just pushing the button to the right. There's the Harbor Islands, Peddix Island. And if it was summertime, there'd be a sailboat race tonight over there. And we had just a really high tide. We're going to have a really low tide now with this full moon. And then there's Grape Island, Sheep Island, Slate Island, one of those, and Fort Point. Want to take a little ride over towards Fort Point? Sure, let's do it. Oh, I think I got to come down a little. Come down a little. Yeah, coming down. Now I'm just going to zip over in that direction and turn a little to the right, towards the east, that is. Oh, I'm actually sliding to the east. Now I'm going to turn it toward the east. There. And now let's go for a little ride over the old beach. I know this is the new beach. Sorry, George Lane Beach. All right, ready? Going for a little ride. No, it doesn't
Max
want.
altitude reached.
Oh, that was up, Tim. That wasn't for a ride. Come back down again. All right, come down. Now we'll go for a ride. I'm going to turn it a little to the north, a little to the left. There we go. There we go. I'm looking up at the drone, not even down at my screen. Now we're going forward. All right. I don't know how fast it goes, but it looks to me like it's moving at least 15 miles an hour. And I can still barely see it. You can see me, huh? All right, now it's downwind. That makes me a little bit nervous. So I'm going to pan it to the east. Hello, friends over at Fort Point, River Street. Now we can see over towards Turn Harbor. Again, I don't like the look of this lighting at all. Let's look straight down, see what we're over top of right now. The beach, which is very pretty in itself. Now I'm going to continue the pan towards the south. There's the Hingham Shipyard. There's the Stoddard Neck Dog Park. More and more and more. Practicing. And what is that? That is the bridge over the back river. Hello. And coming back over toward my neighborhood. There's Sean's house, and Mike's house. The trees up there on Great Hill where T-Rex and I go for the walk all the time. And there's that water tower, Great Hill, some trees without leaves at all. There's some pretty foliage. Too bad the color's not better. That's your backyard, Jerry. Now coming back. And there is West Gusset, the old beach. All right. And now if I go forward, it should come back right over my head, and I should be able to see it in a second. It's up so high that I can hear it coming, but I can't see it. Oh, there it is out over the water. Hello. Right next to me. So if I pan to the left south, our house should appear here in a second. No, still too high. All right, I'm going to come down this way. Can't even tell it's coming down, can you? That's weird. And now turn it toward the left, that toward me. Oh, it's pointed the wrong way. All right. Hi. There's neighbor's roof. There's Jerry's sailboat. You can hear a train. A little more. And, oh, that's too much. Hey, Charlie, how's it going? Come down even further. Nope, coming over. Now it's panning. Not panning. It's sliding toward the west. Why it's zooming out, I don't know. Come back this way. Come home. I'm not going to hit home while it's out over the water. It's going up. Look down. There's the water. That's what it looks like in the water. So far, I don't know any in between down and up, but I'm sure it's there somewhere. Come back down. And come forward. And say hello. Oh, it's headed towards my neighbor's house very quickly. Throw on the brakes. The brakes work really well. Slide it to the... That's east. That's wrong. Slide it to the west. That's right. Now, turn it toward me. That's not me. There we go. That's more like it. And come on down. That's backwards. That's down. That's why you got to practice these things. And here we are. Now come right towards TK. Try not to hit me. There he is. You can come down and say hello to the audience. Come on over here. It says I'm too close to it. All right, now I'm going to see if I can't turn it to the left. Nope, that's sliding it to the left. This is turning it to the left. We should be in the shot now. There we are. Hi. And I want you eye level, please. Now we're eye level. Now can you come forward? So it chooses not to hit me, which is nice. Now can I get you in the camera shot? Are you in the camera shot? No, you're not. Looking at my camera. I'm going to slide it a little to the right. Nope, it's turning to the right. Now I'm going to slide it to the right. So there we are. Up a tiny bit. Turn it towards the left. Sliding it, turning it the other way, turning it this way. Now can you buzz the tower and fly right over the tower without hitting it? Will you do that? No, it will not, because it knows there's something there. All right, how about if I hit the home button? See if it just goes home for us. Oh, it's going to be up higher, right? I think it does. All right, it's going to be up 7 meters. Is that what he told me? I think. So let's back up just to be sure. Back up a little. See the home button? So the home pad right there. Let's see if I can manipulate it over the top of the home. No, actually, I don't want it over the top of the home. I want it to find home on its own. So I'm going to hit the home button. So now I'm going to hit the home button. I think that's it. Let's see what happens. Do we get to hold it?
Landing.
All right. I don't think it's going home, though. It's just... Is it? It's landing, but is it going home? Close enough. Home. There's the tutorial guy. There's TK, and that was a lot of video there, so that's probably enough for today. The wind is picking up. That was about a 14-minute video. So trying to keep these things under 20 minutes, and it definitely looks like a snow kind of sky with some gray up there. Vec just got back from Rhode Island to Vermont, and maybe we're laying in some video of Vec making some late-day turns. And very low tide. We might come out again, just as the tide bottoms out and it gets a little darker. All right. Dialed that with one finger right there. That wasn't too easy. Ciao for now. There he is. Pretty red cat. In case I forget to talk about it, the rain bucket that's since September, it's overflowed, is now going to turn into the snow and ice bucket. It says 24.5 on it, but we're going to turn it into 25, 26. Ice in the bucket next Tuesday morning, Veterans Day, or Wednesday. We'll be saying goodbye to those roses, won't we? And bringing in the garden hoses and turning off the outdoor shower for the season. That's always a sad one. Look at those sky waves. Differential advection, stronger wind up above the clouds than below. And the blue jay continues to torment up there somewhere. 20 years old, but never been used. A soft top and not out of the box yet. TJ door rail kit. And those must be the doors. I don't know. I never took the doors off. Took the roof off plenty of times. Time to say goodbye. This great old Jeep. And look at that Vec sticker. Still hanging in there. I think Maylee signed it. And even got the nor'easter one on there. South Shore. The seat's never been used either. Hardly used. So there we go. Good interior. Engine runs. Brakes work. Only needs a new frame, that's all. Live at 5 with Kenny Young on the radio. Just got back from cleaning out my stuff from the orange Jeep. Do you remember me from the orange Jeep days? And it's dark out now. And it's very low tide. And we're tracking incoming downpours and showers and thunderstorms. And Vec did send some video, didn't he? So here's a little more video from Vec. He says it was great. Well worth the 4-hour ride and hike up. Bravo, Vec. Winter is definitely here in northern Vermont and coming to southern New England.
Woo-hoo.
Faster than some may like it. And I'm trying to get a winter forecast together for the country snow and ski show this weekend. I want to have the answers for everybody. Hope to see you there. Talk to you tomorrow.